This is Tesla on the 5-minute time frame. I'm going to show you the channel we're in for Monday. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow. We ended the week at $238.59, up 3.72%. The 52-week low is $101.81. The 52-week high is $313.80. I want to thank Murat for pointing out Tesla. He suggested I take a look at the MACD on the daily time frame, that it has crossed over to the upside. So we will check that out in just a moment. Now, to the north side from where we are on the 5-minute time frame, that takes us to 2 standard deviations, and that is roughly 239.60. This is resistance. Another level of resistance above that at 3 standard deviations is 242.05. And at 4 standard deviations, that takes us to roughly 244.42. Back at the middle of the trend and support takes us to 234.84. If we get down here, I anticipate a little bit of a bounce as people buy weakness and get into this play. So support is a buy zone, resistance is a sell zone. Now below that at another level of support is 230.02. Below that at -3 standard deviations, 227.62. And at -4 standard deviations, 225.26. Let's take a look at the RSI. We are at 61, not quite overbought, but getting close. The MACD looks like it is crossing to the downside on the 5-minute time frame. Now I'm going to show you this chart on the daily time frame as Murat suggested. It's a little difficult to see because I have marked out Tesla so many times, but we are right here at 238.59. To the north side of that takes us to 2 standard deviations, which is roughly 299.02. Note another gap that you can see at 280, closes out at 290.98. If we obviously get to 2 standard deviations, this gap and any other gap between will be closed out. Now, to the south side from where we are takes us to roughly 199.86. And from where we are to this line would be support. So if we make it to here, I anticipate a little bounce. And if we make it to -2 standard deviations, and fingers crossed that we don't because I like to go long, that would be roughly $101.02. The RSI is at 47 with plenty of room before we get to the overbought zone. And this I use as resistance. If we make it to this section here and above, I will anticipate a pullback. And if we get down to this zone, I will anticipate a buy-in as people buy the dip. The MACD has crossed over to the upside. It went up here, back down a little bit. It's hard to see, but we are in the positive territory here. And that is a look at Tesla on the daily time frame and the 5-minute time frame. And one quick thing to point out, note on June 19th, when I looked at this stock on stockanalysis.com, the average forecast was 213.46, the high was 335. And on July 22nd, stockanalysis.com's high forecast flipped to $350. Now that does it for me. Have a great week.